The other day, an absolute bombshell was delivered regarding the video game side of Star Wars. A while back, it was reported by Jason Schreier of Bloomberg News that if a KotOR remake was being developed, it wouldn't be at EA. Now, at the time, many people viewed this as a confirmation that a remake of one of the greatest RPGs of all time wouldn't be happening, as EA held the exclusivity license for Star Wars. But since Lucasfilm has opted to allow other studios to make Star Wars games, this led many to look back on what Schreier said in a different light. Before we take this any further, let's take a look at Schreier. Typically, when I discuss rumors and whatnot, I always ask you to take it with a grain of salt, because the source is almost never super reputable. However, Jason Schreier is one of the most trusted and well-connected video game news sources out there. This guy is no John Doe. He's bona fide. So, when he recently reiterated in an interview that
Hang on, is there actually something there? I'm just assuming. I'm assuming it's all that old tweet that's
there is something there. Yes, it's real.
Really?
There is something there regarding the KotOR remake. I'm strongly inclined to believe him. Notice that I said remake and not remaster. This does make me a little nervous, because aside from the combat system, I think Knights of the Old Republic is a near flawless game. The story is absolutely perfect. The characters are amazing. It just doesn't need any tweaks from a storytelling perspective. So I would be very against them completely remaking the game and changing things like the story and characters. That is not necessary. What they instead need to do is remaster the game, specifically in these three areas. Graphics. Obviously, this game is very old. In fact, it's likely older than some of you who are watching this right now. It came out all the way back in 2003. Nothing like one of your favorite games of all time basically being old enough to be a legal adult in the United States. It really hammers home how old you're getting. Anyway, the game, while gorgeous for 2003 standards, now looks, well, like it was made in 2003. It clearly needs updated graphics, which will be a process. This is what gives me hope that when they say remake, they really do mean remaster, because you can't really remaster an 18-year-old game. They're going to essentially have to rebuild all the assets like new, because the game engine that the original ran on is severely outdated. So in essence, it will be like they are creating a totally new game in terms of the work it will take the developers. They just have the added benefit of having a very good blueprint to copy from. Combat system. This is undoubtedly going to be controversial, but I was never a huge fan of the turn-based combat system in Knights of the Old Republic. I would have much preferred something more liberating. I'm not saying I need anything crazy like the Force Unleashed or whatnot, but maybe a system that allows for more flexibility and freedom like The Witcher 3, for example. Simple, yet not monotonous combat. Granted, I don't have a lot of hope that they will actually change this, but it's just one of my personal wishes. It must be canon. The fact that they're remaking Knights of the Old Republic does not inherently mean that it will be canon. Just look at Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It has been allowed to continue getting expansions basically during the entire Disney Star Wars era, even though it is not canon. But why not make Knights of the Old Republic canon? It takes place thousands of years before the prequels. It really has no bearing on anything. It doesn't contradict anything that has been established by the movies or shows. Hell, the movies and shows even reference certain events of the Knights of the Old Republic. It just seems like a no-brainer to canonize Knights of the Old Republic if they do indeed remake it. And I fully expect them to, personally. In terms of expected release date, I have nothing for you. Even though Schreier is a well-connected and trusted reporter, this isn't by any means an actual confirmation that the game is happening. We truly have no idea when we could be getting the game. I'm hopeful that it could be in the next couple of years, but again, I have no way of knowing that. We simply have no idea how far along in development this project is. So, it could be 2 years, it could be 5. It all depends on when they formally announce it. Then we can kind of get a better gauge for when we can expect the game to come out. But we're just going to have to wait and see. You can be sure that I'll be here to provide any updates on this game whenever we get them though. So, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section below. Comment if you want to see a remake. Comment if you don't want them to touch this precious game. Just, for the love of God, comment, because it really does help out the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, folks. I'm Zach, and I'll see you in the future.